Hey there, I would like to welcome you to an unboxing, first impressions, and initial review of the brand new Huion HS610, which was released just under a week ago. If you are only looking for a specific aspect of the review, timestamps are on screen right now for you to reference, or you can click in the description at any point for them. I would however recommend sitting through the whole video if you're interested in buying this tablet, as I've made sure to remain concise while also bringing in as much info as possible. A final clarification, this video was not sponsored by Huion. I purchased this on my own accord and is purely my own raw opinion. The box itself is very neatly presented with plenty of information about the product itself and various ways to follow Huion online. This of course is not a box review however, so we're going to cut the two Huion branded stickers on the bottom of the box, turn it back up and lift it to reveal the tablet in a neat bag and a side container for all of the accessories. I must admit, I've unboxed Huion products before, but this was a very nice presentation, and it felt like all the space was being used well and presenting itself as a premium product. Nice job, Huion. There's a small lip in the cardboard enclosure, which we press first, lifting up and removing all of the accessories. Within this small enclosure is the new PW107 battery-free stylus, a 90-degree micro USB cable of a very respectable length at around 4 feet, 2 USB adapters for smartphone usage. Mine came with a USB-C and a micro USB adapter. The last item I pulled out was the pen stand, which feels very nice and fresh. And it comes with an included nib removal tool on the bottom. Once all of this is out, we can easily lift up the tablet itself out of the box, revealing a driver installation CD below. Personally, I feel like in 2019 this is unnecessary, and if someone requires a physical installer, a USB drive would have been much more useful. Plus, it would have also been more compatible with a lot of people's hardware. This is just a personal opinion, but I do feel it is safe to say that disk drives are becoming quite obsolete. The accessories that the Huion HS610 comes with are minimal, but with purpose, as should be expected from a good graphics tablet. The build quality of the HS610 itself is very sturdy, yet it is also very comfortable to hold with one hand and is overall very light. I'm incredibly impressed with the quality of this product from Huion, as it has very little flex for its weight, and definitely nails the premium feel. On the bottom of the device, it has rubber padding to keep it in place while drawing. One thing that was mildly annoying to me though was that the surface is an instant fingerprint magnet. Immediately after the first touch, there was a dark spot on the edge of the tablet where I touched it, and this proved to be a repeat issue throughout my testing. I wouldn't knock points off for it, it's just a very easy to spot property of the surface and it should be mentioned. The HS610 has 12 express keys and 16 soft keys that can be activated with the stylus, although I personally prefer the hard express keys on the side. Along with those keys, it has a touch ring with a mode switcher in the middle. The micro USB port on the tablet doesn't stick out due to the 90-degree angle of it, and I have to applaud Huion for that much appreciated choice of cable. The pen feels very comfortable, and heavier than my previous pen, which is a welcome improvement. It's battery-free and supports 8,192 levels of pressure sensitivity, and it has 60 degrees of tilt. But it does still lack an eraser. I wouldn't consider this a drawback due to the abundance of express keys on the tablet, but I do know that some Wacom users still love their erasers, so I feel it is fair to mention it. The base twists open to reveal 8 pen nibs, and overall feels very nice. However, the pen itself wobbles around a bit if you move the base, and it's aligned vertically. And horizontally, it's quite easy to misplace the pen in a manner where it falls off. These aren't really problems though, as I don't move my pen base at all. It stays in the same spot, but I feel it's important to include all of the details I can. Overall, all of the accessories feel premium, just like the tablet itself. And for $63 with free shipping from Amazon Prime, it definitely exceeds the expectations one would have at that price point. Now, I'm using Windows 10. Since I lack a CD/DVD drive, I simply googled Huion HS610, clicked on Huion's official website, and downloaded the drivers from the tab below. It was painless to find, no redirects, and got me to the download I wanted quickly. Installing the drivers only took a few seconds, and then, to open the driver utility, you simply click on the system tray and on the blue pen tablet icon. This reveals a very intuitive and easy on the eyes interface that looks modern and shows how far Huion has come as a company. There was no hassle, and through 3 days of testing, I haven't had a single driver issue or crash. That being said, I couldn't figure out the tilt functionality, but I think this may be due to me lacking tilt-supported brushes. Once I do figure that out, I will make an update on it. Inside of the driver utility, there is a helpful pressure adjustment tool, which I had to use personally. I felt that out of the box, the HS610's pressure curve is a little bit rough, but by reducing the curve, I was able to get the actuation pressure lower and more comfortable for me personally. This is because I'm not a very light illustrator and I don't press down very hard on my styluses. The immediate thing I noticed when opening up both Photoshop and Clip Studio Paint is that there was no lag whatsoever. At no point did the cursor lag behind my real motions, and at no point did it feel disconnected or unnatural. The adjusted pen pressure curve made me feel very comfortable with it rather quickly, despite not having used a graphics tablet in over 4 years, although I do have a display tablet I was using prior to this. I also tested for wavy line issues using a straight edge, but didn't find any problems with straight lines at all. Kudos to Huion for having nearly perfect drivers on launch week. I have found no issues at all whatsoever, and the pressure curve feels quite good once you customize it. My only suggestion for Huion would be to allow for more complex curve editing, instead of just a linear slider. This would be a nice addition, but not a necessary one. One of the title features of the HS610 is its Android support. This to me was very interesting, so I decided to quickly try it out. I downloaded a random painting application off of the Play Store and used one of the included adapters to connect the HS610 to my LG G7 ThinQ. I was impressed with how easy it was to set up. No driver install was required, and the pen pressure worked just as well, if not better, than it did by default on Windows. Really, I can't say anything other than I'm impressed. It really does work as advertised, and feels natural in an odd way. It's worth mentioning though that currently no iOS support is available. This is exclusive to Android phones. Now onto the part that most people will probably value the most. How does drawing feel? Great. That's the simplest way of putting it. It feels right to draw on this tablet. The surface is comfortable, even without my artist glove, and the pen is very nice. I admittedly did have to get used to using this pen over my old one because the two buttons are more flush with the pen's grip. I actually prefer this though, to be honest. It was just something that I had to get used to. The touch ring is definitely a step forward, but I feel the drivers could be refined around it a tiny bit more. I was able to get used to it after around 30 minutes, and I don't really have complaints about it, although I wish that we had more ways to customize the sensitivity of the ring movement. We are, however, able to customize the ring's functions, which I do appreciate. The express keys themselves have a wonderfully satisfying tactile click to them, and don't have any lag. I personally like using them as fidgeting buttons when I'm not drawing. Nice buttons, Huion. A small personal word, I had to get used to looking up at the screen again, but I found myself getting used to the graphics tablet style over my usual display style in a very quick manner, and within around 15 minutes I felt as though this is how I had always been drawing normally. So really, as I'd said in the beginning, the drawing experience is great and works as you'd expect. It's comfortable, the surface is smooth and satisfying, and the express keys do exactly what you'd want them to do when you want them to. In conclusion, Huion's newest addition to their ever-growing product line is a strong one that really proves himself to be a force you don't want to reckon with. I'd like to draw a quick comparison to the Wacom Intuos Pro Medium, as this is a very similar product spec-wise. The HS610 is only around half an inch larger in active area, but it possesses 4 extra express keys, the option for soft keys, and the option to be used as a pen tablet with mobile devices. All things considered, I would argue that aside from lacking wireless support, the HS610 actually outplays the Intuos Pro M at a $320 price difference. The only real advantage aside from the wireless support that the Wacom possesses is support for their paper kit. But is that worth the $400 price difference? Regardless of whether you believe Wacom or Huion have better products overall, at $63.99 currently, this product is the best value tablet on the market hands down. And I absolutely recommend it to beginners and professionals alike, as I may be starting to integrate it into my After Effects workflow. The only additional feature I'd like to see in the HS610 successor, or in a V2 of it, would be wireless support. Otherwise, I feel like this is a near-perfect graphics tablet, which is a very bold claim to make, but all things considered does have backing to it. The HS610 builds on Huion's existing products and not only proves to be a budget option, but a valid professional one. Whether it's on sale or not at the current price, the value is incredible and Huion really knocked it out of the park. This concludes my review of the HS610. Thank you for watching, and I will do my best to answer any questions down below. I've included links down below as well to Amazon and Huion's official website for you to check out on the product pages yourself.